Hello, and welcome to How to Play D&D, the Explainer podcast where one experienced dungeon master and one failed scriptwriter discuss D&D topics. My name is McCaffery, and my incredibly inadequate pod partner is Connor Kinsey. Hello, Connor.
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah,
that was such a struggle.
I mean, I just write it down.
Yeah, I should write it down.
I mean, it's fair play that you can memorise it.
Yeah, well,
I can't
do try.
after 3 seasons.
I do try. But I mean, I didn't remember it. That was our second attempt.
Oh, yeah.
But I tried.
I'm sorry, I don't want. Do you want me to belittle you? Do you want me to hug you? Hold you?
Please.
Which one do you want?
Whatever.
Both?
I'll take them all at the same time, please.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not? But anyway, how's your week been? How's life?
It's been good. It's very good, yeah. Life is okay. We obviously record these in advance, but we today got our Dungeon Master's Guide.
We did. I've just realised I don't actually have mine.
The day of release, quite nice, the old cover.
It's beautiful.
We did post on Instagram when it came out, so people would have seen that on the correct date.
And it is gorgeous. Yeah. It is beautiful. Yeah.
And
I was going to
please.
say, if I could, I would make love to that book.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Oh, all right. I mean, you can if you want. But
I will.
It will be on the internet if you do. Yeah.
Good. That'll be next week's episode.
Fair enough.
It was good. Yeah, we did a session as well. You ran one yesterday, part of the campaign. It was great.
Yeah, had good fun.
Any notes on it?
Well, do you have any notes? I wrote the campaign.
You know my notes. It was great. It's very
lots
stressful.
Of fear, lots of fear. Lots of crying.
Yeah.
Lots of near death. And lots of smack talk from the players. Actually, a lot of smack talk, which was really fun.
From all the good players and one evil person, but just decided to absolutely ruin people's minds.
There was a hag, and they absolutely went to town on her before going to town on her.
Yeah,
so
it was great.
Yeah, first the voice, then the fist.
I can't wait till she actually comes back at full power and just absolutely destroys one of them.
100%.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, there we go.
Getting on to the topic of today's episode, we've so far in this season 3, we've discussed classes, more classes, and multi-classes.
Yes.
Or classing. So, whatever could be next, I wonder. Do you want to take
fishing.
a guess?
Why isn't fishing a stat that we roll for?
I don't know, actually.
Seems odd. It's
what
pretty
actually
specific,
would that be? Oh yeah, I don't know. Maybe
Dex.
Maybe
Dex strength to pull the.
Yeah. Maybe just charisma. You try and woo the fish
something
onto
water based.
Yeah, I like it.
Not enough water based sessions.
But no, that is close enough. We are actually talking about classes in the real world and how the government determines your worth by what your class is.
Beautiful.
Yeah, let's get to it. So today's episode is all about subclasses. The secret to spice up any character you make, where one small change can mean the difference between masochism and necrophilia.
Oh,
yeah.
To me, they're the same. I double dip. I lick the lid of life.
Your extreme masochism until it turns to necrophilia. Yeah. That's horrible.
Yeah, I just bring them to the point of death.
That is awful.
And then I consume.
And I don't like it.
Like a
Why am I here? What? I'm concerned that we live in the same house now, and one day I'm going to wake up at midnight to you standing over me.
No.
Again. Connor.
Yes.
My favourite part of all these, I say it every time.
Yes.
I've decided to go down the Path of the Moon. Path of the Moon Druid.
Okay.
Thank you. I was getting confused then. In order for my wild shape buffs. But I now find myself being chased by a horde of horny druids trying to fuck me for being a bear. What am I doing?
Well, I am going to be chasing after you because I'm one of those druids trying to fuck a bear based on previous episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you doing? Hopefully scrambling for your life to try and get out of the situation you're in.
I'm basically as a bear climbing up a tree.
Yes.
With my but all 4 legs wrapped around it, not realising that's getting the druids off more, watching me do this. So.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I like the chase. I like the chase. I want people to do the work for me, work smart, not hard. And then when you fall, I'm going to pounce on you. Like a cat. Like a cat.
You know what? I look forward to that.
Little fun fact. Bears are one of the fastest land mammals in the real world, but are actually faster climbing.
Oh.
Yeah, didn't know that. So when people climb trees, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
So what
gonna
I'm
hunt
hearing
you,
is-
watch you, fuck you.
Yeah, you're not catching up to me as a bear then.
No.
That's what I'm hearing.
Oh
Perfect.
yeah. Well, you don't know what I am.
And what's that? A horny druid.
A masochistic necrophiliac.
You know what? I'm just gonna cut that bit out of the episode and
Yes,
publish
please.
that everywhere.
Yeah.
But thank you for that. So before we begin, obviously we recognise that subclasses, there's dozens, literally so many to pick from.
We could do seasons on them.
We really could. We're not going to go through them all. We're just going to summarise a few of them, talk about what's good about them, that kind of thing.
Yes.
And hopefully say something correct.
Yeah.
That's what we hope for in these episodes.
If he's hosting and I'm the one giving the intellect, it's going to be wrong.
Probably.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so first question, and this is more of just a little fun one
Yes.
to check your knowledge, actually.
I mean, my knowledge and memory are not very good.
Yep. Can you name me one subclass for each class? And bonus points if you can summarise it briefly.
No way. I haven't even played most classes.
To be fair, the only two I think I can't is...
Sorcerer.
No, Artificer and Bloodhunter.
Right, one, I didn't know that they had them. I know the Bloodhunter has the wolf one, the werewolf.
Mm-hmm.
Cannot tell you what that is.
Lycanthrope or something like that.
Lycanthropy, something, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm already on a... Alright,
We'll
cleric,
ignore those
light
two,
domain.
Yep.
Easy. Actually, I know
Easy.
a lot of cleric ones. We just want to do cleric ones. I don't even play a cleric.
Can you summarise it? I mean, it's light domain is pretty self-explanatory in the light magic, that kind of thing.
That's true, but a lot of fire-based spells, despite being a bit of a healer. So, and actually, two people I play with who are light domain clerics are absolute masochists.
Yeah.
They just do fire stuff and not the healing part. So, there we go.
Choose.
What else have we got? Fighter. I'd say Polearm Master, but I don't think it is a subclass. But it is actually a kind of like internet subclass.
So
Battle Master.
there we go, Battle Master. That's what I was thinking of.
Barbarian. The new one is Path of the World Tree. People are loving.
Yep.
I like the ancient.
Path of the Ancients or something like that. Yep.
What else we got? Bard. It's the College of Swords.
Yep, that's one of them.
I've never played a Bard. Don't plan on playing one.
And that's for that subclass. That's if you want to be more up front and doing damage rather than just support.
Druid, Circle of the Moon, Circle of Spores, etc., etc. What else have we got?
Let's go Wizard, Sorcerer, Warlock.
Wizards. Well, I'm playing a Chronology Wizard.
Chronology Wizard.
So I'll go with Chronology Wizard, the Master of Time. Sorcerer. Oh, I actually don't know any for the Sorcerer. I don't know any.
There's the one easy one which you roll on the table for.
Wild Magic.
Is
that a class?
Sorcerer? I believe that's a subclass, yeah.
Oh, okay, alright.
I might be wrong.
You don't know, but you got a question. Okay.
I believe so.
Right, Warlock.
Warlock.
We have there's a great old one, but I don't think it's a class.
So
subclass.
Those are...
This is the wrong topic
It is,
for me.
but it's great.
I literally have played two classes.
Oh, it's fine. This is why we do this, so we can learn.
So we
fuck everyone else.
Yeah.
But there's Pact to the Blade, Pact to the Tome, those kind of ones.
Oh yes, yeah.
Who have we not said? Paladin,
Oathbreaker.
Oathbreaker. Yep.
That's the first one that always comes to my head.
Yep. Who have we not? Ranger,
Beastmaster.
Okay, perfect.
Beastmaster
I thought you were going to
Ranger.
say Gloomstalker.
No, never played that. Played
Rogue.
Rogue. I don't know.
The Rogue ones are more... They're obvious, but you don't think... It's like Thief, Assassin, but you don't think of them... I feel like when you think of a Thief, you think of just a class, not a subclass. But those are the ones you can go for.
I mean, that's where it originally came from. Thief,
exactly. Yeah. Have we said everything?
Artificer.
The Artificer and Bloodhunter are the two that I don't know.
You're not sure?
No.
What else have we got?
There's one, the Artificer, and I can't remember what it's called, but it's...
People are screaming out right now going, why am I listening to this podcast?
Literally.
You don't know as much as me.
Hey,
you're right.
We teach you how to play D&D, not how to know D&D.
Yeah, exactly.
It's one that allows you to... I just remember one ability from it where you can basically bolster your fist into becoming a thunderous weapon or something.
I did create an Artificer that was essentially... What's his name? You know the vampire Spider-Man? Spider-Man 99. 2099. But, and that was via Artificer. But I can't remember what the class was. But that was like powering everything up, so it was essentially like electrical goods.
Yeah. I think we've said that. I think we've got
well,
more.
as you can tell, if you listen to this is going to go very well. We haven't actually started yet, and we're on 10 minutes.
Hey, I mean, that's the first question out the way already. So on to the second one.
Yes.
Hopefully we've not missed any classes. Can you summarise kind of what's special about subclasses and why they're even a thing? Why is it not just fighters, wizards, that kind of thing?
Well, it's more flavour, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
There might be the case of like doing a certain pact with a different demon or devil or whatever you have as a warlock. Different flavour, different role play. There's different feats to gain from it, but arguably you can get those feats other ways. Maybe your spells are different because of it. If it comes to combat, a lot of the time it means you can do different things in terms of reactions, or possibly using superiority die to do extra things in combat. What else have we got? Am I missing a big one?
No, I think that's really nicely summarised. Yeah, it's the main thing obviously being the flavour of it, but not just in terms of roleplay. I feel like if you didn't have subclasses, everyone would just be a fighter, basically.
Yeah, people do just hit. People do just cast arguably the same spells usually. But all of these things are kind of meant to make you think a little bit more about why you're different to the opposite person.
Yeah, I like it. No, I think that's very well summarised. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you think players should be able to change their subclass? And if so, kind of, when should they and when shouldn't they?
I think no.
Okay.
I think you shouldn't be... We spoke about this a lot before. Don't be building a character to just be OP. Build a character to see how far you can get with it and what you can learn from playing that character. And so I think possibly if you're all of a sudden going, oh, actually, I don't want to do this, speak to your DM. I'm sure you can change it around. But I would argue as the DM that there should be something in-game that allows that to happen rather than you just change it. Otherwise, people would just be... completely changing classes and what they're specialised in. It's just a bit of a waste of time.
No,
you're not really going on a journey if you can change whenever you want.
Completely agree with that. At first I panicked. I thought you were just going to say no, and I was like, well...
No, I think it's...
I do agree. It has to be in-game. It's like... there are some classes like Cleric, Paladin, those things, that specifically part of their like potential character or the class as a whole involves changing some classes. But if you're doing that, and we spoke about this before with Paladins, especially with my character, if you're doing that for the sake of it, you shouldn't, we wouldn't allow it.
Nothing gained. Nothing, is it nothing earned, nothing gained? I can't remember.
Something like that.
Essentially, you should gain it over time rather than just demand it and get it.
Yeah. I like it. As long as it makes sense in the story and the campaign you're playing, then fair enough.
And you should pick your subclasses not based on what they can necessarily do, but what you think you'll have fun with, and where you can take that and try and make the most of it. It's not up to your DM to flesh out your character. It's up to you. I'm
so glad you said that, because next question is, what should players keep in mind when choosing their subclass?
I think most people we know are excited to get to a certain level, and it's because they gain a certain thing. Unless, to me, that kind of builds upon character, I don't really think you should be looking for... I'm looking forward to killing you, if anything, as a DM. I just think you should be doing it to be like, this is what she would want when if she gets to here, this can add to what she does or how she acts and what she could lose, So that's what I think you should be going with it. You should be looking to develop you rather than to be hitting harder.
Yeah, what makes sense for your character, and also what you think will be fun to play, kind of thing. Because if you're, like we've said multiple times, if you're just going for a build to beat the DM or beat the game, then you're not going to have fun all the time. The DM's not going to enjoy it. So
to me, I mean, there is arguably nearly combat in every session at some point. Maybe there isn't, but I'm sure at some point you will want combat.
Can be.
Yeah, and so to me, if that means you just do the same things all the time, and that's all you're looking forward to after every level, I mean, the further you get into it, the further away sessions are from leveling up, right? So, to me, there's like a level of intelligence that divides the party, whether if you're okay to just hit and hit and hit, then you're probably not as fun to play with, I don't think.
Probably not.
For me.
No, I like it. Yeah. I think that's, again, summarises nicely. And a quick final question. What are some of the most common subclasses that you see or that are out there? And I'll start you off with the, obviously, Circle of the Moon for the Druid.
Circle of the Moon is probably the most that is the name I hear the most for classes.
Yeah, and that, for any new players that don't know what that is, it's basically, obviously, a druid's all about being in tune with nature, things like that, and the Circle of the Moon basically gives you certain buffs to when you're wild shaping or transforming into animals.
Yeah, everyone can do it, I'm pretty sure, but I'm not really played a druid, but that one has the biggest benefit, and I'm pretty sure that might be the only one in 5e that allows you to wild shape as a bonus action.
That's its main thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and so that's what people do. They want to be a bear. They want to get fucked as a bear, chased as a bear, like Lewis.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna Circle of the Moon. But I'd argue, some of the best druid sessions I've been in, Circle of Spores, I really like. I think the whole fungus kind of thing is way cooler than just being a bear like everyone else.
It's cool to see something different every now and then.
Variety is great, but not many people do it. I argue, I know that can be argued because there's certain. That has probably the best class. Yeah. That's probably why people are playing it, right? But that's, it's nice to do something different for you.
Yeah. What are some others, like, of any class, would you say?
Well, Battle Master's probably the most common. It's the only one I can think of. And I don't even think I play as that. I played as that as Pigeon Knight.
I know there's the Champion and Eldritch Knight. I can't remember many more.
I might have... Maybe I did play Battle Master, but it was when I first began playing, so I don't even remember the character sheet.
That's the one that, again, for new players, it's just you get a superiority die, which basically means you get certain maneuvers like a tripping attack, disarming attack, things like that, and you can just flavour your hits a bit more to do specific things.
Way more than just hitting. Yeah. What else can we think of?
I feel like Wizard, the most common is probably Evocation, which is kind of like...
See, there we go. Don't play Wizard, so have no idea. I've only ever played...
The Chronology Wizard. Yeah. So Evocation, that's more like fire-based, like high damaging spells. Yeah. Whereas you've got things like a Necromancer that is all about raising the dead. Things.
I think a lot of people pick them based on alignment as well. Necromancers, arguably, can be good, but everyone I know plays one because they're evil. Yeah. I
do want to play a Necromancer at one point that is actually lawful good, and he just goes around towns looking for people that are on their deathbed and saying, I will give you as much money as you make in a year to have your body once you die. To go to your family.
You say he will help you provide you. No. Cash grab.
Yeah, literally.
Capitalism at its finest.
Let's be honest, if you went to a lowly farmer in the middle of nowhere and said, I'll give you 20 gold for your body after death, he'd jump on that opportunity because it's more than they make.
And then you kill him. And then take his body.
And then he sadly dies of natural causes.
Yes, the next day. Immediately.
Yeah. Nice. Should we think of one more?
Yeah, okay.
Obviously, Paladins, you've got like Oath of Devotion and things, so we won't say them.
I can't remember what it's called. What is the Cleric, which has all the lightning abilities?
Oh.
Everyone plays as that one. They either play as an Oathbreaker, so they could be an arsehole.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, by the way. I like the Oathbreaker. I've got an Oathbreaker Paladin. I've played once or twice. He's great. But I can't remember what it's called.
I can't now.
Please
I was thinking of like Trickery Domain, but it's not that.
Please ridicule me. Yeah. Message me and just shame my family. If you can, and tell me the class whilst you're doing it.
We can't remember it because I'm pretty sure we've purged that class from our brain, given we dealt with a player that...
There's a couple of people that play that specific one. I don't know why I can't think of it.
No, I can't. But I think you've said Light Domain, there's things like that, Shadow Domain or whatever it's called. But we've got a few common ones.
Cool, alright.
Nice. I think that summarises subclasses
probably
nicely.
The vaguest, least informative episode based on asking me.
Yeah.
So I don't remember. My memory's awful.
That's like we said at the start. That's the thing about subclasses. We could do a full season on them, and we're happy to potentially do the episodes like for our Patreon in the future. About specific ones. But for now, I think that's enough.
Yeah, we'll be here forever.
Yeah.
Cool.
And that, unfortunately, that means that today's episode is sadly coming to a close, but we'll be back again next week with the topic from discovering fire to discovering hentai. How far must the human race fall or rise?
Oh.
Yeah. And as always, thank you for tuning in, and if you'd like to join in on the D&D action, then please follow us on Instagram and TikTok at How to Play D&D, or check out the link in our bio to join our Discord server. And for BTS of sessions, bloopers, blogs, and early access to episodes, and even live Q&As, check out our Patreon at patreon.com/howtoplayd&D. I'm so proud of myself. I'm reading it, but I'm really proud.
Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you. I've been Lewis McCaffery.
I've been Kinsey.
Goodbye.
Good day.